Okay, let's see if my sound is working. My audio is working. As soon as it gives me a sign, I will start. Okay, it's working. All right, great. Cool. Let me turn that down. And welcome back to the show, everybody. I hope you're doing great. It's the day after Valentine's Day, so I hope everyone had a nice, lovely day yesterday with their loved ones, whether it's family, friends, your sig of, or yourself. Okay, you can love yourself, and that's totally cool. You know, sometimes Valentine's Day should just be about that. Anywho, so I'm going to start this live stream by answering a question that I received a little while ago. And you guys feel free to ask any other questions while I'm on, and I'll get to them now, or who knows, maybe I'll get to them in a little while. But I will get to them at some point. Okay, so this particular question, so this viewer, my baby is a weirdo. Amara, please don't do that. Don't do that. No. She's licking cabinets. She's licking the cabinet. No. No, I thought, don't you have blueberries? Go eat your blueberries. Yeah, go watch your show. Okay, so the question from this viewer says that she goes, I have a healthcare MBA degree with, okay, you want to meet her? This is Amara. This is Amara, my child. Okay. So this viewer says, I have a healthcare MBA degree with 1.6 years of experience in Apollo hospitals in India. Now moved to the UK, and she's trying to get into a national healthcare system job, NHS abbreviated, NHS administration jobs. Can I help? If you guys can give me 1 second, I want to put her in her room while, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Okay, she's good. Watching her show. She's good. Okay, so this viewer said that she's just moved to the UK from India, and she has an MBA in healthcare and 1.6 years of experience, so almost 2 years of experience working in a hospital, and she wants help to get a healthcare administration job in the UK in the NHS system, which stands for National Healthcare System, for those of you who don't know. So the National Healthcare System, this is a little bit different from what we have in the United States. It's different from Canada, because this is a fully national health system where the entire healthcare system is funded by taxes, and everyone who works in the healthcare system is a healthcare employee or a government employee. Okay, so it's all public sector. The whole healthcare system is public sector. So what I would advise you to do, first things first, learn a lot more about the NHS, okay, and how it runs, because it is government, it's not private sector. If if it were in the United States, it's private sector, it's more of like, you should learn about the company that you want to apply to, because most healthcare organizations in the United States are totally different. And yeah, we have regulations for licensures and whatnot, but sometimes you don't necessarily have to have an MBA. You don't have to have certain requirements. Every business is going to be a little bit different depending on the job that you're trying to get. And some organizations have high standards and high requirements, and others do not. So it's different from the United States. In the UK, there are standards across the board that you have to meet to get into any job in the healthcare sector. Having said, it's probably a good thing that if everything is the same, what standards you have to make before you're able to achieve whatever. So it's actually good. What I would suggest, first things first, is you may or may not have done this already, but this is probably one of the most important things to start with. Step one, it would be to validate your MBA degree. Okay, let's make sure that it's validated in the UK, and there could be, you might need, I don't know what the accreditation standards were for your degree that you got with whatever institution you got this degree from. But, if they don't match up completely with something that you would get from the UK, from a UK school, then they're probably going to require you to take certain courses. So you might have some additional education requirements to take in order to get your MBA degree validated by the UK, so that you can use that for any job opportunity, right? Because if you don't do that, here's the sad part. You're going to apply to various different jobs and tell everyone that you have the MBA, but then they find out that it's not validated by the UK, and they're not going to treat you as someone who has an MBA. Many places will start to do that. But my father's from Pakistan, and he had an engineering degree, but it wasn't validated in the United States. So he worked as an engineer. He had like an entry-level job in Karachi when he was younger, before he moved to America. But then once he came here, he didn't get that done because he just jumped into building a family immediately. And then he felt like he couldn't take courses, get the engineering degree validated and work as an engineer. He just went straight to working a bunch of jobs, and then eventually had his own business. So you, right now, I hope that you're in a good place and you're able to do this. Don't let your degree go to waste. So you're in the UK, get it validated, make sure you're treated like you have a full MBA degree in your field. And that's probably the number one first step, no matter what. And then after that, of course, while you're getting it validated and you're completing that step, you definitely want to learn a lot about the national healthcare system, because it could, just the way that it's a new system. I believe that every healthcare system, they all work a little bit differently. So while you are familiar with the system in India, you're not familiar, or maybe you are, I don't know your level of familiarity with the UK system, but you need to be, that needs to be second nature to you. So you really need to know how the whole system works. So that's another thing. And then another thing that I would suggest is start gaining work experience. Now, while maybe you're still working on requirements for your MBA, so it can be validated in the UK, but you can still possibly get internships, and you can look for, I don't know what your money situation is, but if you can do volunteering, at least do that, so at least volunteer. If you can find paid internships, wonderful. And if you can find an entry level position anywhere, that would be amazing, because that way you're starting to get UK working experience in healthcare. So, and while you are in those positions, take full advantage and start networking, start finding people who work, become BFFs with all of your superiors. Okay, make them love you and turn them into your mentors. Okay, try to get them to help you move up the ladder. And that's probably one of the best things you can do. They can share their experiences with you and the stepping stones that they had to take to get to where they are. And you can use that. Also, while you're working, you can get a really good idea about where you want to end up in the next, 5 years or so. And do some research on that position that you really want, the one that you want, where you want to be, and try to reverse engineer that. And then that way you'll come up with the questions and whatnot that you need to pass on to all of your superiors to get information on what you need to do next, so that you can get to that level where you want to be. Next, so next couple things that you need to do would be network the crap out of everything. Okay, so yeah, you're networking in your new job or your volunteering job or your internship, whatever you're doing. But you need to start connecting with people. And you go to virtual events, and then go to local events that are in the UK as well. So go to healthcare organization events, healthcare conferences, whatever you can find, whatever you can afford to go to them and put yourself out there. It's really great to go to these because you learn so much about the system. You learn about all these different players that are in the healthcare system, all the different parts. And it's more than just reading about it in a book, seeing it in real life. It's a great experience and then you get to connect with all these people and share information and things like that. And if you can build some decent connections with a few people at these places, that would be really good for you as well. Also, virtual events, which can be global as well. And then another thing that I really want to say, and I stress this all the time, figure out where the type of people you want to be. Who do you want to be when you get your career in 5 years? What are the amazing career options that you're very interested in? Okay, and look those up on LinkedIn. Find people who have those positions and then study their profiles. Study all the stepping stones that they took to get there. Look at their education and look at their different the jobs, the experience section that shows what they did. And if it looks like a very active profile, I would just type them a message and introduce yourself and maybe say something, just give them a compliment and be like, wow, you seem like you're really successful. I'm really impressed by your profile. It's so cool. This is something that I aspire to become. I don't know if, would you be willing to answer a couple questions about your experience? And maybe they will actually answer you. But you can say this to various different people, and you're going to get some people that don't even read your messages, and then you're going to get people who do and just don't respond. And then you're going to get like 1 or 2 people to respond to you and who are really excited about sharing with you. So, and those are the people that you want to really connect with and keep in contact and updated and things like that. Like just keep sharing your story and make them your friends, your digital friends, right? So, and other than that, just keep applying to relevant job positions. One thing that I have learned from interviewing so many people in the space is you need to apply. The people who get to the actual jobs that they want, sometimes it's like a miracle and things just happen, but many times it's because like they set that intention, they didn't settle for anything less, and they just told themselves that they're not going to give up. And then so they kept applying. And while they're in the process of making it there, right, they just did various different things that built up their profile. So maybe they applied to that one position at that one company that they love so much once a month, right? And every time you update your application, it's better. You look better every single time. And eventually, at some point, they're probably going to give you an interview. And just don't blow it. Just kidding. But, that's pretty much all I can give you. And I hope that helps. But like I said, I think first step for you right now is just to make sure that your MBA degree is validated and see if there are any courses that you do need to take first. And then after that, get going on trying to gather experience. And you may have to start from an entry-level position, an internship, or who knows, even volunteering if you can't find anything paid. And build yourself from there. Networking is super important. So it's really a combination of education, networking, and gaining experience. And that's really the same formula for almost anything out there. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that answers your question. And let me see if there's anything else that I need to mention. Maybe not. I think we are. All right. So you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. And, there's a lot of information on the website, professorashley.com for you. Plenty of articles there for you to learn from. There's a lot of information on how to get jobs, on the different skills that you need for your career in healthcare administration. There's a lot of different, keep in mind that there's a lot of different variety of different positions within the healthcare administration field. Like it's like, imagine this gigantic, it's just a huge job category. It's not a title, right? So there's so many different positions in different areas of healthcare administration, and you can figure out what's right for you. So I would invite you to explore the website and explore what is out there in healthcare administration. There's a whole new world out there, and we really do need better healthcare administrators. There are so many out there that are super crooked, and hold on to the old mindset of how to run the business of healthcare, and it's not really getting us anywhere. We're not solving our problems, we're making things worse. So if you care about people, if you want to make money, if you want to help reform the healthcare system, if you think if you want to just see a better future for everyone in terms of healthcare, how everything is ran, then you are a good person and need to become a healthcare administrator. You need to be brave enough to work yourself up there so that you can become a thought leader and a decision maker within this field. We need you. Okay, so look at my articles that I have to offer, and there are a couple of guides available for you on the website as well. And then of course, I'm coming up with an amazing course that's going to help you guys get into that dream job, whether you're coming from college, you're a new graduate, or you're somewhere at a low level or entry level position and you're trying to move up. I have a course that's going to help get you and develop you into that high level healthcare administrator and get you into that more executive level job that you really want to have. So keep an eye out for that. It's coming up soon. And that's it. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful